Imagine working hard to save up for a special gift, only to have one of the most powerful men in the world walk in and change your life forever. That's exactly what happened to Liam, a small-town boy with a big heart, when Elon Musk unexpectedly stepped into his life. What started as a simple act of love for his father turned into an unbelievable opportunity. Liam had always been a kid with a big heart, and in the small coastal town of Camden, Maine, that meant something. Nestled between rocky cliffs and a bustling harbor, Camden was a place where fishing boats lined the docks, lobster traps were stacked high along the piers, and families worked hard to make an honest living. It was a town where everyone knew each other, where neighbors helped shovel each other's driveways in the winter and shared fresh-caught seafood in the summer. It was the kind of place where people looked out for one another, especially when times were tough. At just 13 years old, Liam had already learned the value of hard work and sacrifice. His father, Daniel, was a boat mechanic and part-time fisherman, spending long, grueling hours fixing worn-out vessels and repairing engines that had seen one too many storms. The work was tough, the pay wasn't always steady, and the salt air seemed to age a man quicker than the years should. But Daniel never complained. His focus was on providing for Liam, making sure he had a roof over his head and food on the table. Liam saw it all, the exhaustion in his father's eyes, the grease-stained hands, the weight of responsibility that never seemed to lift. More than anything, Liam wanted to do something special for his dad's birthday. Not just a simple card or a homemade gift, but something truly meaningful, a way to show how much he appreciated everything his father did for him. For weeks, Liam had saved every spare dollar he could. He cleaned boats, ran errands for shop owners, and even skipped buying snacks at school, tucking away each coin with a single goal in mind. Finally, he had enough to buy something worthy of his dad, a handcrafted leather wallet from Sarah's Artisan Shop, a small store tucked between the town's bait shop and a cozy coffee house. It wasn't much, but it was a gift from the heart. Liam pushed open the heavy wooden door of Sarah's Artisan Shop, the small brass bell above jingling softly as he stepped inside. The shop smelled of polished leather and fresh cedar, a warm and inviting scent that mixed with the salty breeze drifting in from the harbor. Sunlight streamed through the large front window, casting golden hues over the carefully arranged displays of handmade wallets, belts, and satchels. Each item had been crafted with care and precision, the kind of quality that stood the test of time. Behind the counter stood Sarah, the shop's owner, a woman in her 50s with kind eyes and a warm demeanor. She looked up from a leather-bound journal she had been inspecting, adjusting her reading glasses as she recognized her young visitor. "Back again, huh?" she teased, her voice light with amusement. Liam had been eyeing a specific wallet in the glass case for over a week now, stopping by after school just to admire it. Today, though, he wasn't just looking, he was ready to buy it. He walked straight to the display, his heart hammering as he traced his fingers over the rugged brown leather of the wallet he had chosen. It was simple, yet sturdy, just like his dad. Taking a deep breath, Liam picked up the wallet and turned it over, carefully checking the price tag. His stomach tightened. It was slightly more than he had saved. He bit his lip, reaching into his pocket to pull out a handful of crumpled dollar bills and coins. Maybe, just maybe, it would be enough. Determined, Liam stepped up to the counter. He wasn't going to leave empty-handed. He had worked too hard for this moment. But just as he placed the wallet down, the brass bell above the door jingled again. The sound was louder this time, almost commanding attention. Someone else had entered the shop. Someone whose presence carried an unexpected weight. Sarah's eyes flickered toward the entrance, and for a split second her expression changed. Liam, still focused on counting his money, barely noticed. He had no idea that the moment he had been waiting for was about to turn into something much bigger than he had ever imagined. Just as Liam set the wallet on the counter, the bell above the door chimed again, this time a little louder. He barely glanced up at first, too focused on carefully counting the crumpled dollar bills and loose coins he had saved, but then he noticed Sarah's expression shift, her usual easygoing smile replaced by widened eyes and a flicker of recognition. A man in a casual hoodie and jeans strolled into the shop, moving with a kind of relaxed confidence that seemed both unassuming and magnetic. His hands were tucked into his pockets, and his sharp but curious gaze scanned the shop's displays. Liam still hadn't quite placed him. He looked familiar, but in Camden, Maine, you didn't exactly expect to see strangers who carried that kind of presence. Sarah, regaining her composure, greeted him as she would any other customer. "Welcome in. Let me know if you need anything." The man gave her a polite nod, then turned his attention to Liam, who was still desperately trying to count his money without coming up short. "Nice wallet," the man said casually, his voice smooth but genuinely interested. "Who's it for?" Liam, startled, glanced up and finally recognized him. He had seen this man before, not in person, but in news clips, interviews, and on the front pages of magazines. His breath caught in his throat. It was Elon Musk. The realization hit him like a wave. What was Elon Musk doing in a small-town leather shop in Camden, Maine? Liam swallowed hard, suddenly feeling nervous. But the billionaire's expression wasn't intimidating, it was curious, friendly, even warm. It's for my dad," Liam finally managed to say. "It's his birthday tomorrow. He works on boats, and I wanted to get him something nice." Musk tilted his head slightly, his interest clearly piqued. "That's thoughtful of you." He studied Liam for a moment, then asked a simple question, one that would change everything. "How much is it?" Liam hesitated for a moment, glancing between Elon Musk and the wallet sitting on the counter. He didn't want to seem rude, but there was something about the way Musk asked the question. It wasn't just small talk, it was as if he genuinely cared. "It's $58, Liam finally said, his voice quiet but steady. "I've been saving up for weeks." Sarah, the shop owner, smiled softly, watching the boy carefully count out his bills and coins. She could see he was still a few dollars short, but before she could say anything, Musk reached into his pocket. "Tell you what," he said, pulling out his wallet. "I'll take care of the rest." Liam's head snapped up, his eyes widening. "Wait, what? You don't have to do that." Musk chuckled, sliding a crisp $100 bill across the counter. "I know, but I want to." For a moment Liam was completely speechless. He had worked so hard for this, doing extra chores, skipping snacks, and saving every penny he could. The idea that someone like Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world, was paying for his dad's gift, felt unreal. Sarah picked up the bill and rang up the purchase, carefully placing the wallet into a small gift-wrapped box. "Well, Liam, your dad is going to love this." She slid the change back toward Musk, but he shook his head. "Keep the change," he said with a small smile. "Consider it a tip for running such a great shop." Liam swallowed hard, gripping the box in his hands like it was the most precious thing in the world. His voice was barely above a whisper. "Thank you. I don't know how to thank you." Musk crouched slightly to meet Liam's gaze. "You don't have to say anything. Just make sure your dad has a great birthday." For the first time since stepping into the shop, Liam's nervousness faded. He smiled. A real, grateful smile. He had walked in hoping to buy a small token of appreciation for his father, and somehow he had walked out with more than just a wallet. He had just met Elon Musk. And the most unexpected part? This was only the beginning. As Liam clutched the small gift-wrapped box, still stunned by Musk's generosity, he thought the encounter was over, but just as he turned to leave, Musk spoke again. "Hey kid," he said, his tone shifting slightly. "What do you want to do when you grow up?" Liam blinked, caught off guard by the question. No one had really asked him that before. Most people just assumed he would follow in his father's footsteps, working on boats, fixing engines, making a simple living in their small town. But deep down, Liam had always dreamed of something bigger. He hesitated for a moment before answering. "I love boats," he finally said. "I always wanted to build them, make them better." Musk's eyebrows lifted slightly, his interest clearly piqued. "Better? How?" Liam thought carefully, then shrugged. "They break down a lot. My dad works hard fixing them. I think they could be designed differently, you know? Maybe make them stronger, more efficient?" Musk nodded thoughtfully, a small smile forming. "You know, That's a big idea. He glanced at Sarah, who was watching the conversation unfold with quiet amazement. Liam fidgeted, suddenly self-conscious. I don't know if I could actually do it. Musk's expression softened. Let me tell you something. Every big idea starts with someone just like you, someone who sees a problem and thinks, maybe I can fix that. Liam had never thought about it like that before. Could he really do something like that? Then Musk pulled out his phone, his fingers tapping on the screen. Tell you what, let's help you get started. Liam's heart pounded. Whatever was about to happen next was going to change everything. That evening, Liam felt like he was floating as he walked home with the neatly wrapped wallet in his hands. He had just met Elon Musk. Not only had Musk paid for his father's gift, but he had also shown real interest in his dreams. It still didn't feel real. At dinner, Liam excitedly handed his father the box. "Happy birthday, Dad." Daniel, exhausted from a long day repairing boats, raised an eyebrow. "What's this?" He carefully unwrapped the gift and stared in disbelief at the beautiful handcrafted leather wallet. His old one was worn and cracked, barely holding together. He swallowed hard. "Liam, this is amazing, but how did you afford this?" Before Liam could explain, Daniel's phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen, frowning at the unfamiliar number. "Hello?" he answered cautiously. A smooth, familiar voice came through the line. "Hi, is this Daniel?" Daniel hesitated. Yeah. Who's this?" "This is Elon Musk." Silence. Daniel blinked, convinced he had misheard. I'm sorry, what?" A quiet chuckle came from the other end. "I met your son today at the leather shop. He told me about how hard you work and his dreams of designing better boats. I wanted to reach out because I think he's onto something." Daniel, now fully awake, looked at Liam, who was sitting frozen, wide-eyed. Musk continued, "I'd like to help. I'm setting Liam up with a mentor, someone in the marine engineering field who can guide him. And to make things easier for your family, I'm also covering your rent for the next year." Daniel felt like the floor had just dropped out from under him. "Wait, what?" Musk's voice remained calm. "I know what it's like to struggle. This is just a little help so Liam can focus on his future, no strings attached." Tears burned at the edges of Daniel's eyes as he looked at his son, who was still in shock. I don't even know what to say," Daniel stammered. Musk simply replied, "Just let Liam keep dreaming big." And with that, the phone call that would change their lives forever came to an end. The days that followed felt like a dream for Liam and his father. True to his word, Elon Musk's team connected Liam with a naval engineer named Ethan, who specialized in marine innovation and sustainable boat design. For the first time in his life, Liam had someone to guide him, encourage his ideas, and show him that his dreams weren't just fantasies, they were possible. Meanwhile, Daniel could finally breathe. With a year of rent covered, he didn't have to take on extra shifts or worry about overdue bills. For the first time in years, he could spend more time with Liam, talking about his ideas and supporting his newfound passion. Word of Musk's incredible generosity spread through the town, and soon Liam's story was being shared beyond Camden. Local reporters covered it, then national media picked it up. People were amazed at how a billionaire had taken the time to help a small-town kid chase his dream. But for Liam, the real reward wasn't the attention. It was the belief that his ideas mattered. No longer was he just a kid fixing boats with his dad. He was someone with a future in designing them. One evening, as he sketched blueprints for a more efficient fishing boat, his father watched proudly. "You know, Liam," Daniel said, "I think one day people are going to be sailing on something you built." Liam grinned. For the first time, he truly believed it too. The story of Liam and Elon Musk teaches us a powerful lesson about generosity, opportunity, and the impact of believing in someone's potential. Liam's determination to buy his father a heartfelt gift with his own hard-earned money reflects the values of hard work, gratitude, and selflessness. Despite having limited means, he was willing to sacrifice his own comforts to show appreciation for his father's sacrifices. But what truly transformed this story is Elon Musk's unexpected kindness. His simple act of covering the cost of the wallet wasn't just about money, it was about recognizing effort and rewarding ambition. More importantly, Musk saw something in Liam that others might have overlooked, a young mind with big dreams, waiting for encouragement. By offering mentorship and financial relief to Liam's family, he opened a door to possibilities Liam had never imagined. The lesson is clear: small moments of kindness can create life-changing ripples. Whether it's encouraging someone's dream, easing their burdens, or simply acknowledging their hard work, a single gesture can reshape a future. Success isn't just about wealth, it's about using what we have to uplift others and inspire the next generation to believe in themselves.